Welcome to Enoch Baptist Church, a church where love grows. Are you looking for a church home where you can worship and praise God in a celebratory environment? If so, then Enoch Baptist Church is the place for you. We believe in equipping all saints so that they can live their lives in a happy, healthy, and self-fulfilled environment. We believe this is the only way that we can truly give God the glory and celebrate how wonderful it is to be a child of the living God.
Gospel of Matthew chapter 9, verses 9 through 13. This was the gospel writer reported. And as Jesus passed forth from thence, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the receipt of custom. And he said unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. And it came to pass, as Jesus sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? But when Jesus heard that, he said unto them, They that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy and not sacrifice. For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Father, we want to thank you today. Lord, for the good news. We thank you, Master, for that mercy that your word proclaimed that has allowed us to transcend our own selfish ways and to have you present us faultless before your throne in glory. And so, Lord, we're so grateful for that right now. We ask you, Father, as we continue our walk on this earth, that you would give us, Lord, a measure of understanding that not only will help us to receive and understand your word, but that will help us to understand our fellow man so that we can see them the same way you see us, that we can look beyond their faults and see their needs. Master, we thank you for that in advance, knowing that whatever we put in your care, you have already ordained to come to pass. We thank you, Father, for this blessing in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Husbands, thank you so much. You can drop today. The great physician. You know, saints, I gotta tell you, in many ways, I'm disappointed in where the church has come. I don't just mean Enoch, I mean in general. I was talking with one of our members over the phone not too long ago, and he had gone away from the church. Is it all right if we just talk for a little while?
Yes.
He had gone away from the church, you see. And my question to him, I'm talking to him, and I'm trying to figure out what would cause him to just leave a God that has blessed him so much. And in my conversation, he acknowledged how good God had been. But he said to me, he said, Pastor, I have an addiction. I have an addiction, and because of my addiction, I don't feel like right now I can come back until I get myself together. He said, yeah, that pipe has got me. And that concerned me because it dawned on me that oftentimes our concept of church has not really been in line with what the Bible says church ought to be. Somehow we have made people think that once you get saved, that all of the world no longer impacts you anymore.
Amen.
You know, I mean, we act like that when you get saved, that your marriage becomes perfect. Okay. Your children, all of a sudden, get straight A's. Your husband comes home before the street lights. And bring the entire check and put it in your hand. We tend to, you know, we for some reason we've got people thinking that because we are saved, we don't have problems. We're not ordinary people. And so people who have problems feel uncomfortable now coming because they feel like they're not worthy. But we got to talk this thing out today. Because we need to understand something that because I'm in the pulpit, can I talk to you? Don't think because I'm in the pulpit I don't still have problems. And don't think because I'm in the pulpit and because I got saved that meant that I ain't who I used to be a long time ago. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a fight, you know. Let me tell you something. See, I was a thief when I was out there. I was not the ordinary thief. I was a sophisticated thief. Yeah, I was what you would call, I had a larceny heart. Now, I want you to understand that hey, it's all right. So even though I'm the same on the pastor, that larceny heart, see, I got to fight sometimes. Because sometimes the devil will make it too easy to steal. Come on, somebody. And when you make it easy, you want to go ahead. See, we call it the hookup. No, it's stealing. So I had to correct myself sometimes. I said, hold on. Can I tell you a quick story? I mean, I don't know if I told you this before or not, but if I did, just say amen like I have now, all right? I want to give you an example of what I'm talking about. A friend of mine, you know, we call him KJ. A friend of mine was one of the biggest drug dealers in Durham, North Carolina. We grew up together, good folk. You know, we both actually worked together. At that time, he was a part of my crew. And then I got left and went to college, and so I let part of it go. Not all of it go, but let part of it go. When I got saved, I let all of it go. I didn't let it go because I got saved. I let it go because some guys that were with me got locked up and I was scared. But KJ, he knew me well enough to know that you might be saved. But you still got some larceny in your heart. So I go to Durham to visit my family, and he comes to me with a proposition. He says, hey, look here, bro. Here's what I want you to do. They just call me Bro Farmer. He said, here's what you do, bro. He said, look here, man. He said, listen, you know, right now, I'm probably running about maybe 50 to 75,000 a week through here. He said, here's what I want you to do for me. He said, I'm going to give it to you to put in church. You keep 10% and send the rest back to me. Back then, the church's offering was about $300 a week. I'm doing that was, oh my God, $50,000. $5,000 and $7,500 a week. We would get about $300 a week our average offering. So you know what a lost and hearted pastor did. I said, well, that sounds like a reasonable thing to me for you to tithe to the church. So the devil will have you what? Fixing it up. So I came, it just so happened I have a conversation with my oldest brother about what I'm getting ready to do. Okay? Now my oldest brother don't come to church. At that time, he didn't come to church. At that time, he was still in the street. But he said to me, have you lost your mind? He said, think about something for a second, fool. He said, what kind of car was you driving when you went down there? I said, I was driving my Lexus. He said, you drove a Lexus sitting there on the Kenneth Jefferson house? You think as big as he is, they ain't watching him? I was young pastor back then. He said, you think they didn't watch you and think to yourself, you got Virginia Cash, that you probably was coming to make a run? He said, you think they ain't watching you now? You mess around and put $75,000 in the bank if you want to. See, don't think that because we are here, that some of the old stuff ain't still there. We got to be real with people and let them know that, you know what? Listen, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want us to understand that just because you are sick, and when I use the term sick, I don't mean physically ill, but that can be that too. But just because you still are not perfect don't mean you stop coming. The sicker you are, the more you need to come. I'm the pastor not because I'm better than you. I'm the pastor because I was worse than you.
Come on, right now.
And the thing that keeps me straight now is that because I'm the pastor, every time I go for it, they go Pastor Daniels, so I can't steal no more. See, I can't sneak in no more. I gotta buy a ticket now. I can't go in the back door like I used to. Why? Because somebody said, hey, go Pastor Daniels. Y'all look at me so far.
Thank you.
We're gonna just talk, all right? Y'all Saturday 9 o'clock. We're gonna talk at 11 o'clock, all right? In this text, let me tell you what's going on in this text, all right? Here's what you have. Jesus has just done a miracle in his hometown. He didn't do many. He did a miracle in his hometown in Capernaum, all right? He has healed a man that was a paralytic. Could not walk, he healed him, all right? When he healed the man, as he was traveling from the man's house, going to back to where his disciples hung out at, he sees a man that is what you would call a tax collector or a publican, right? He's a tax collector. And for them, a tax collector was the worst thing you could be. And so they equated a tax collector with being a sinner, because in their minds, you were taxing those, and in their mind, that went against God's will. Because for them, they tithe. I ain't trying to mess with you now. But for them, they tithe. So their point was, if I'm giving my tithe to God, I don't need to give anything to the government.
Right.
Are y'all with me so far? Yeah. And so when he sees this man, his name is Matthew, by the way, Matthew. His name is Matthew. It's the same Matthew that wrote the Gospel of Matthew. When he sees Matthew, as he's passing by, he's sitting there, and so Jesus says to him, follow me. Follow me. Now, Matthew, when he goes with Jesus, he invites Jesus to his house. And when he invites him there, he prepares an elaborate dinner for Jesus. So there's Jesus, there's his apostles, there's Matthew. And Matthew asked Jesus, can I invite some of my friends? And Jesus says yes. Now, most of Matthew's friends are sinners. They're not church folk. But Jesus says yes. When he invites those friends, the Pharisees, if you don't know, the Pharisees were what we would call religious society. So when they see Jesus going into a house of what they call a sinner, and they see other sinners going into the house, they began to gossip about it. You know how folk do. When they see you going somewhere, they think you ought not to be. So they're gossiping about it, all right? And they do what folk do when they are afraid to approach you. Rather than go to Jesus, they talk to the disciples about it, but they talk loud enough so Jesus can hear. That's how they do it, right? Because they don't have the common decency to come to you with the gossip. They want the gossip so you can hear it and try to put you to shame. It don't put me to shame. When folk talk about me to somebody else, don't bother me. I'm glad to talk about me. Anyway, when he does this, when they do this, the Pharisees say to the apostles, they say, listen, why is it that your master hangs around with sinners? What kind of man is that? He calls himself the Son of God. And he's hanging around with sinners. Now, Jesus hears them, and so he responds, even though they're not talking to him. And here's what he says. He says, they that be whole need not a physician, but they that be sick. But go ye and learn what that means. I will have mercy and not sacrifice. For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Let's examine the story right quick, if you don't mind. Then we get to the point here. Look at what happens here. Matthew invites all of his friends and say, come, because Jesus is in the house. For us, we are ashamed sometimes to invite all our friends. Because most of our friends don't believe the way we believe. If my friend is not saved, I'm uncomfortable inviting them. If my friend does not have the same lifestyle that I believe is worthy of church, I won't invite them. And the reason why we don't invite them is because of the folk in the church. Because we know if I invite them, the folk in the church are going to look at them all crazy. And so therefore, I don't want my friend to feel uncomfortable by inviting them. Look at yourself. Because we're the ones that they are afraid of. Now, here's the thing. Is that, to me, the opposite ought to be true. Rather than us getting upset because folk come that don't look like us or act like us, we ought to be happy. We ought to be praising God when the house is full of hoochie mamas. We ought to be praising God when the house is full of gangbangers. When the blood's on one side, the crips on one side, we ought to be saying, thank you, Jesus. But I understand why we're uncomfortable inviting them, because we have felt uncomfortable ourselves because folk are talking about us when we come. If we don't dress the way they think we ought to dress, they talk about us. If we don't look the way they think we ought to look, they talk about us. I get that. But I say invite them and then be honest about it when they do come. Tell them ahead of time there are some Pharisees in the church. It's okay to be honest with folk and say, there's going to be some folk there when you come, they're going to look at you crazy. But understand there are more that are like you than are unlike you. There are a few holy rollers, but don't let them holy rollers stop you from coming, because I'm inviting you, they aren't inviting you. And when you get there, there's going to be a whole lot of other folk that are just like you. And you ain't got to wait till you get saved to come. You ain't got to wait till you get you. And invite them anyway. And know that what? Jesus gave a stamp of approval for him to invite them. Now, I understand this about why we should invite them. See, that concept that we have of a perfect folk in a perfect church is unrealistic. Amen. It's just unrealistic. It is so far close, so far from reality, it's enough to make you want to throw up. Amen. In fact, you know why Jesus used this analogy of physician? His point was simple, was that the church needs healing. Yes. All of us are broken one way or another. Right. And the thing is this, is that I don't know about you, but every now and then when I go to see my doctor, I look around. And I'm yet to see people who are well. Right. See, everybody in my doctor's office is sick. Everybody got something. Now, we don't all have the same ailment, but all of us got something wrong. And some of us, like myself, I go to the doctor minimum of every 90 days and get blood work done. Minimum. Sometimes it's every 30 days. You know why? Because I have what we would call a chronic ailment, which means it's always with me. See, we act like when we come to church, we've got rid of our chronic sickness. Come on now. We still have our chronic ailment. That's why he died. So, yeah, I still got some of the stuff in me that I used to have. That's why I got to go. I can't wait every 30 days. I got to come every 3-4 days. See, some of y'all don't have to do that, but I do. I can't wait this Sunday to come back and get me a booster shot. I got to come on Wednesday night. Because if I don't get my Wednesday night booster shot, I'm going to give somebody hell before Sunday comes. If I get me a booster shot on Wednesday, hey, girl, talk back to me. It'll calm me down. So somebody I would have cussed out on Thursday, I let it go. I can tell you about me. My wife would tell me, you ain't got the temperament to be a pastor. I said, you're right. I don't have the temperament. That's why I got the Holy Ghost. See, in my blood is not the temperament to become. Do y'all know who my mama is? See, some of the new folk don't know my mama. But my mama right now will cuss you out in 32 seconds. And take nothing of it. And then will tell you, I did not say a bad word. My mama, y'all know talking about my mama used to write notes on the board, not the board, but on the house. You would come home from school, and she have a note written, wash these MF and dishes before I get home. Oh, get your so-and-so. When they question why is he hanging around with sinners, he said, that's who I came for. Right. See, you think when you come to church, it ought not to be folk in the church who sin. He said, that's what I came for. Right. And if we say this is Jesus' house, who do you think he's inviting to his house? If this is God's house, it ought to be a house full of sinners just saved by grace. I can testify right now. I'm just a sinner saved by grace.
physician. Now, what makes him so special as a physician is he specializes in two kinds of diseases. He specializes in spiritual and physical. His skill is such that he doesn't need a stethoscope, nor does he take blood work from you, because he's already took blood from himself. And so not only does he know my disease, but he also knows the cure for my disease, and he also knows how often I need to be inoculated for my disease. Because everybody ain't got the same disease. That's the thing about how he operates. See, your disease ain't my disease, but that don't mean I ain't got a disease. Come on, somebody. See, our problem often is this. When you, not y'all problem, but the Pharisees. I'm talking to the Pharisees now. Not y'all, because y'all got there. Y'all know who y'all are. But see, when the Pharisees look at you, they think that their disease ain't your disease, or your disease ain't their disease, and they're worried because you got a different disease than they got, as if they got a little disease and you got a big disease. Come on, somebody. Do you know the common cold will kill you if you don't take care of it right? So I might have a flu, you might have a cold, but both of us gonna die if we don't get them taken care of. See, the Pharisees will say, well, all I do is lie twice a week and you fornicate 3 times a week. You need a healing and I need a healing. You ain't gonna stop lying. But he also takes care of my physical ailments, right? Because by his stripes, what? I am healed. That means what? Well, I know that when I have a physical ailment, I got a physician that can do what the doctors cannot do. I just told you what? I get blood work done every 90 days minimum. Maximum. That's maximum, man. 90 days maximum. Right? So that means what? I also need to see what? A psychiatrist. Why? But down to 30 days. All right. Okay. That says something right there, doesn't it? But guess what? Let me tell you something. Even though the doctor don't know what caused what I got. Do you know? I'm just telling you. I don't mind telling you because y'all can get about knowing. What I have, they ain't got a clue how a black man get it. They ain't got a clue. They ain't got a clue how anybody get it, but especially me. Okay? Because I'm dark. And even if my mama did cheat. I didn't inherit it. Okay? Now, it is a precursor to acute leukemia. I was told when I was first diagnosed, because they didn't know what was wrong with me. They did a bone marrow biopsy, sent down Duke. Duke sent back, this is what it is. I was told then if it developed an acute leukemia, I have about 8 months to live. Okay? No, you're right, my God. Amen. They don't know what to give me. Medication they give me, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Sometimes I tell the doctor what I need to take myself. She said, what you think? I'm serious. So I said, let's go up the dose this time then. Or they say, let's lower the dose this time then. Because they don't know. Experimenting. Yeah. But guess what? That's been about 7 years ago.
All right.
And the great physician, I'm not the only one. Listen, I'm small fry. I ain't the only one. You all know what God do for you.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah. His other thing is a great physician. He doesn't reject anybody. I gotta put it out right quick. He doesn't reject anybody. No matter who comes to him, he doesn't reject you. Now, man will reject you, but God won't. So we need to let people know that my God won't reject anybody. My God wants you to come just how you are, just what you're dealing with, and he'll take you in. Why? Because we all need some help. And I need you to get your help because I need my help. And if you get your help and I get my help, we can work this thing out together. See, let me tell you something. Wives, you let your husband know right now that I know you ain't perfect, but you get your help, I'm going to get my help. And we can work this marriage out together. We might not have a perfect marriage, we will have a better marriage. Right? Parents need to tell your children, we're going to work this thing out together.
Amen.
You might not be the perfect child, but I am the perfect parent. Be honest with the children. But I got me some Jesus, and you're going to get you some Jesus too. And we're going to work this thing out too. Yeah. He's available 24/7. I'm about to close now. He's available 24/7 to address all of our needs. And here's what he said. I'm really going to close now. He said, here's what he said. He said, listen. He said, because I will have mercy and not sacrifice. Almost everything that we're going on in, all right? I will have mercy and not sacrifice. Here's what it simply means. He was speaking to a Hebrew audience. And the Hebrew audience, this is how they looked at things. He said, every time you commit a sin, you need to give a blood sacrifice. Every time you do something wrong, you need to give a sacrifice. Every time you make a mistake, you need to ask God for forgiveness somehow with a sacrifice. And there are people who think today that because of our condition, that every time we do something wrong, we need to give a sacrifice. And that's why they have a problem with some of us. Because in their minds, there's no way that you are worthy of heaven because of where you are in life. And let's be real for a second, okay? Now, some of you all right now have been fornicating all your life. And you ain't gonna stop till I preach this sermon. Right? And thinking the ones ain't fornicating and nobody ain't fornicating? Because they can't find nobody fornicating.
Lay it on, preacher.
Children, excuse me, but your mom and daddy and them children is too. I know what you're saying, but I'm married, I don't fornicate. Oh, that's not what the Bible says. Here's what the Bible says. If you lust in your heart,
Already.
you've done it already. And look at every woman in here, when y'all see Denzel, y'all go, oh my God, that Denzel. If it ain't Denzel, it's somebody. Ain't crazy. If you lust in your heart, you've done it all. Every man in here that sings somebody other than their wife, and they said, you know what? I was just 10 years young. I just had me another $100 in my pocket. Everybody is in that perpetual position. Right? See, everybody is perpetually lying. Right? Every grandparent in here lied just a week ago.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
They did. And some of y'all parents lied too. I lied too. You know why? Because I told some children this. I ain't got it.
Right, preacher.
Perpetual life.
That's a good word, preacher.
Right? She said, do I look good in this?
Yeah.
Do I look fat? Perpetual life. A well-made need not a physician.
Amen.
So I came what?
Good word, preacher.
For the sinners. I'm a sinner. Saved by grace.
Thank you, Master. Thank you, Master.
He came for me, and I'm not ashamed to tell it. That I'm a sinner saved by grace.
Amen.
When you're real with folk, they're real with you. Amen. We all are sinners saved by grace. We didn't stop sinning because we got saved. We just got saved. The only difference between us and anybody else is we have a sacrifice and we have mercy.
Amen.
See, if he gave me what I deserve, I'd be dead right now.
Right now.
But he gives me mercy.
Thank you for that.
And he made the sacrifice for me. And just like he made it for me, he's made it for everybody. All you have to do is accept that he is my sacrifice for my sins. And the Bible says, thou shalt be saved. That's it. I ain't got no more. Church goes on. Everything God. I want to invite you to get saved today. I want to invite you to get saved today because all it takes to be saved is to say, Lord, you know what I am saved. No, that don't mean you're bad. It just means what? I need to be saved. I know I'm a sinner. I ain't doing everything right. I need you in my life. That's all it means. If you're here today and you have not received Christ in the pardon of your sin, I want to invite you to come down, get to know him as your Lord and your Savior. It's just that easy. It doesn't take a whole lot to cost you a dime. And you don't lose nothing, but you gain the whole world. If you don't know Christ as your Savior, come on down right now. Get to know him as your Savior. The church goes on, the invitations out there. If you don't know, come on down right there. Come on down